Lima, thanks for doing this interview. And could you maybe explain to the people why you did choose to do this individual coaching?
For me, it was very important to have that individual feel, and having more like a security blanket, that I could be totally myself. I could open up as much as I want to. I feel that when you're in a group, maybe you tend to shut down, or you tend not to be totally yourself. But with you, I've really opened up, and it was, let's say, love at first sight, from the beginning. And it was very comfortable to share my experiences, to share my past, and one of the biggest things for me that I was going through, and I'm, obviously still working on a little bit, but with your help, I actually managed to um, kind of surpass that, is not feeling judged. So I think that when you're doing individual work, you don't have that judgment, let's say, from other people, or a group, and you don't also have constant opinions of others. So for me, it was very important to do it one-to-one, so that I could feel myself, and I could, feel myself and feel secure and free, and I really like it individual. So that's why I chose to do it individual.
And what was the main aim of the coaching when you started it?
I think the main thing for me was to liberate myself from a lot of fear that I had, um, a lot of, as I said before, judgment. Um, my biggest aim was to not care so much about what others think, because that was stopping me from doing everything that I wanted to do. Um, so yeah, that was my main goal, to totally open up with myself, be true to myself, and to not, let's say, care about other people's opinion, um, because it was really stopping me from doing everything that I wanted to do in my life. So that helped a lot.
And what did let's say, the three biggest progress you have seen since you were doing the coaching?
um, I actually don't have as many stomach pains, which I'm super, super excited about, because all of the tension, the fear, and the, you know, fear of judgment, it would, I, I suffer from like tension. A lot of that tension went away. So that's one big, big, huge progress for me.
Mhm.
A second one, I learned how to speak up more, which is amazing, because sometimes it's a very big positive. Sometimes you have to be ready to have somebody else saying, "Oh wow, like she spoke up for the first time. Why is she saying this?" Um, but then they understand. Um, and the third one is really, I feel so much more powerful. I feel like my true self. I I don't have this fear of pretending to be someone else. And so those are my three biggest progresses, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah, I see you doing this evolution, and I found it very nice because it's true when you keep repeating certain patterns, emotional patterns, it became, you really feel it more and more into your body, into your belly, you know, this ball in the belly
Yes.
we all think sometimes. So it's very nice how you describe how it went away. And for you, what the body work, what is the difference that work is doing? What do you think?
I think with the body work, the first time I did it, I was a little shocked
Mm-hmm.
um, about mostly the pain. But then I realized that that pain was not literally physical pain, but it was pain that had to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came out, um, the pain of the belly massage started fading away a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could, you have to work on your breathing, you have to work on your muscles, you have to kind of also let go. And once you let go, it's amazing. I think it's incredible. I've never done anything like that. It was my first time. Um, but I think it improves the whole process of life coaching with you. Um, and yeah, I think it's beneficial, and I think that it's something that a lot of people should do. Um, after the belly massage, of course, you feel a little dizzy. You feel completely empty though.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like a new self,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like the best feeling that someone could actually have, especially with traumas and fear, like in my case, the fear of judgment, the fear of what other people think, the fear of um, not being free. And once you feel free after the belly massage, it's beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
But I think it's very good that you say you were shocked for the first time because you speak about the second massage I am doing. So, not the massage for changing the patterns, but the
Yeah.
massage to empty all the emotion that we stock all along our life. And it's
Yes.
true, I can only agree with you. The first time I did it, I was also shocked because I was thinking, oh, but this girl is making me pain, but actually this was the pain I had inside, and
Yeah.
this pain I had accumulated for years and years. And when it goes out, it's exactly what you said. You feel connected to yourself, but
Hmm.
it's really at the first massage you do, and you're not the only one. It's always like, oh my God.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And would you explain how did you see the changing after the day we were changing the repeating patterns?
Hmm.
Because I remember very good just afterwards, but I
Uh-huh.
would like for you to share your experience first. So on that day, we identify why you were feeling judged all the time, which event from the past, why it was difficult to speak up your truth, and then we're changing on the belly. So this massage is not painful, I think, compared
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah.
Could you explain how did you see the changes afterwards?
After the belly massage, you mean?
No, the other, when we spent the full day together.
Uh, I think I was already quite open with myself. I how do you say? I felt empty.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there was nothing. Well, obviously there is always something that is still bothering you. I mean, obviously you cannot go away in in the next day, but um when we met up for the full day, um, I don't know, something changed. Something changed in me. Um, I knew how to already maybe speak up more
Mhm.
because of also the belly massage that helped a lot. Um, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it because it was such a beautiful feeling that is not even describable. You really have to go through it
Yeah.
to know that feeling. I don't know if I can
Um,
explain it.
but maybe how can I explain? Because what I have seen, and it was for me very amazing how to see the difference. You did the full day,
Yeah,
and after you had a quite difficult conversation with a member family of yours,
yeah,
and then you told me, oh, and I'm happy to have taken this decision, and I'm very happy to have done that, and it was so natural from you that
yeah,
you almost didn't remember that before that day you couldn't do it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I felt more open. That's something that I don't know, in the last few years, I think that I've shut down my emotions and shut down my feelings and let's say shut down myself, you know. And then after the full day, I feel like I was like power woman, you know, that I could do anything and that I could speak to anybody. And I actually, and now I do remember, yes, I had quite a conversation with a family member, but also with friends, you know. I've always, let's say, chosen friends or found friends that accepted all of me, and they know my personality. I can be a little, you know, I'm very funny, and you know, I like to have fun. I um I like to make people feel special and everything. And but there were certain points that I said, I never said that to him or her, you know, and I feel like I have to say it. So I started opening up more also to my friends, which was even, you know, also an important task in my life.
Mhm.
Um, you know, friends come and go, but the friends that I have, they stay because I also started being more honest, you know, but not only with them, but with myself.
Mhm.
So I think that's what really shocked them, you know. One of my bestest friends since I was 22, so 8 years ago. um, he's one of the first ones that told me, not even after a month that I started life coaching, he said, "Oh my gosh, Lima, you just the way you handle situations now, it's so relieving. You know, you were always stuck in this hole that you couldn't speak up and that you couldn't say what you wanted to say, and that, you know, you always felt like you were scared to know what people think about you. And I always told you to stop thinking about what other people think." And they said, yes, I finally understand that. You know, I finally come to that point.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that that describes it all for me.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for sharing this, because I think sometimes it's also when you have such a big organic compression in your body, even if you know it, it's still difficult to do it.
Yeah,
When this is released, everything becomes much more easy. And
yeah,
for you, it was really a lot in the body. The willing was already here, but
yeah,
the body was like, oh, I don't want.
yeah.
And
Keeping back.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was also nice that, yeah, you had all this conversation. And of course, when you release this fear of being judged, this fear is so blocking in every aspect of a life. And now even on your professional life, you have decided to follow your passion, right?
yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. And I didn't before just because I had the judgment of other people. And when people tell me, which happened yesterday actually, with a friend, she said, but don't you think you need more experience in starting your business? And I looked at her and I said, absolutely not. Because creativity that you're born with, you cannot teach that. You cannot allow people to teach that because it's something that you already have. Um, and I said, of course, I need the business side, the financial side, and all the things that we spoke about. But they're all things that I can learn,
Mhm.
and I know that I can learn, and I know that I will fight even more now because finally has arrived the moment that I can, say, yes, I'm ready now to open up my own business and to open up myself to people. And I love the interaction with people, um, and I love to make people feel good about themselves, which is something that I didn't have for a long time. And now that I know how to do it, I I feel like I can also teach other people.
Mhm.
And I think she was quite shocked about the answer because I think that she was expecting maybe saying, yeah, maybe you're right, kind of taking the old Lima,
Mhm.
even just talking about 6 months ago.
Mhm.
And I would say, yeah, maybe you're right. That insecurity that I had. But now I said to myself, no, I cannot allow that anymore
Mhm.
with myself. And if people want to talk, they can talk. But I decided not to listen so much anymore
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it's my choice. Um, I've always I've always believed that you need to fall to learn. If you know, actually, if is a word that I don't want to use anymore. But when I start my business, that's the moment that I think that I will truly start living my life
Mhm.
and saying, finally, I did something on my own for myself, no one's opinions. And if somebody has opinions, they can talk, but doesn't mean I'll take it so harshly.
Mhm.
Professional opinions I will take because I always love to learn. But those opinions that say, are you sure? Are you sure? Kind of like, I kind of took it like, okay, don't play with me, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so I'm completely sure about my decision.
Mhm. Oh, it's so nice to see how this evolved from you because I I would describe you like it was a flower, the flower,
Yeah,
the seed was here and I saw you really growing, 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 and you were able to have a lot of discussion
yeah.
where we were not easy, I have to say, so you can really be proud of yourself. Uh,
Thank you.
it's very courageous how you did it as well. It was nice to see that as a coach, how you evolve. So you can really be proud of yourself. And yeah, you through talent is talent. You cannot. It's everybody has a talent. You just
Yeah,
leave your talents. This is
yeah.
important. And to somebody who is looking at this video, to who you would recommend to do this coaching?
I would recommend it to someone that, let's say, is really stuck in life, doesn't know the direction, doesn't know what he or she wants. Um, I think that you do an amazing job to open people up, even maybe when they don't want to.
Mhm.
Um, it just comes natural, with you. There were many things that I didn't feel like opening up to because it was in my past. And I don't believe in going back into the past because it never brought me anything good. But your method is something that I think a lot of people need to just open up with their true selves, um, discover maybe things that they never knew that they had. Um, maybe discover the power that they never had, that they probably put down there so deeply that it never came out because of anything that happened in life, traumas, worries, judgment, anything. So I would truly recommend this to someone that it's either still finding himself or herself, that wants to change any patterns in life, whether it's also not having as many traumas, because I think that with traumas, you really don't take that step forward that you really need to take. And I think it's extremely important to relieve that as well, also with the belly massages, with the Thai massages, um, and also the method of writing it down in the book that you wrote. Um, that method of also writing it down on post-its and going back to those post-its, and even going back to those post-its a month later like I did, you look at the pattern and you say, wow, I really changed up the pattern. So I think one of the main one of the main recommendations that I would give it to someone would be to really come in open-minded, to come in without any fear of oh, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, is this going to work? Because you're already putting that into the world, you're already putting that energy. So I would really truly recommend it to someone also that has been struggling for a long time and that knows it. I knew it, that I was struggling for a very long time. I was struggling for the past 5-6 years. And finally, with the help of a family member that kind of said, I think that, maybe this will be good for you, And I said, yeah, I think so too. I think it's a different method. I looked at your videos before and your website before contacting you. And I said, no, this is the person for me. So, yeah, anybody that's struggling, anybody that has a lot of fear that needs to release that fear, and anybody that's kind of looking for a new direction in life, that's who I would recommend it to.
Mm-hmm. Thanks very much for all this interview and this time. You say something very important is often when we have a trauma or fears that we have lived for a long time, one thing is to hide them, but
Yeah,
they are still here. And another thing is to heal them. And when they
yeah,
are not here, you are connected to your true power, to your true self.
exactly. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your time and
Thank you,
sharing
Sandy.
the word.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.